stand by for action.
Thanks for joining me. My name is Dave Milner. I am the Unpleasant Blind Guy, and I want to welcome you to part 2 of this episode of the Unpleasant Blind Guy on EDL Radio. Now remember, if you want to contact me with comments, questions, show suggestions, Awesome American suggestions, I'm available at UBG Contact on Twitter, or I can also be found as Dave Milner or Agador, that's Aggedor, on Mumblet, the Tea Party Community, Spreely, Minds, MeWe, or Gab. Now let's begin. And welcome back to the English Feds League Radio Show with your host, Jeff Spider Mitchell, which can be heard, by the way, live at 8:30 p.m. in the UK and 3:30 p.m. Eastern in the United States, Thursdays and Sundays. So if you're listening to this at the Unpleasant Blind Guy page at Spreaker.com, come on in and get in the chat room and have some fun with us. And just go to blogtalkradio.com, look in the search box up at the top, type in EDL Radio, follow the links, and get registered with Blog Talk Radio. You, too, can be in chat. Join us live, because it's happening right now. Is that right, Jeff?
You can savour some of our chocolate biscuits. And Dave, tell the guests what
not many
chocolate biscuits they're like. The best of the best, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, they're the best in the business. Although they're usually gone after the first half hour. That's what this break is for, guys. I go in there and stuff my face with them. So you got that going.
Well, we know, Dave. You're getting all that chalky biscuit around your beard, brother. I see. Would you like?
Man.
Yeah, as I say, we're very hospitable,
that we are.
and we love our guests. Gary, I hope you're enjoying, the chocolate biscuits, and of course there is some coffee on the side as well for some of our. Coffee, and you've got tea. We've got everything here, Dave, haven't we? And we're, and of course, we just love our guests being a part of what we do in these shows. But also, Dave, I'm going to give a plug to an awesome radio show, and I'm going to plug it because I do love it. I look forward to going there on Sunday morning. That's a Sunday long live radio show, heard on D Live, and just check it out yourselves, guys. It is awesome. Some of the things that they discuss on that radio show is why I like to listen to it. It's a totally different than the mainstream media. This is how we see things, and some of the things, that is discussed is some of the same things as we talk about week in, week out, Dave. And
Real media, Jeff.
Yeah, she's a lovely lady. If you're listening, Ree, you are awesome. And the people in the chat that they get is they're awesome people as well. What can we say? You've got to give our dear friends a good plug, can't we, Dave? It's got to be done, brother.
Yeah, exactly. And I could say from having listened to one of her interviews, her interview with Jeff, she knows how to give an interview, and coming from somebody with the kind of podcast experience that I've got, that's a compliment. And just keep on doing what you're doing, Rhea, and the whole team there at Sunday Long Live Radio. You guys are doing a fantastic job, and we may have folks with us on Thursday. Pretty sure we've got this guy, but do tune in anyway Thursday at 8:30 p.m. in the UK, 3:30 p.m. Eastern in the United States. And you too will be able to hear our guest. We don't know exactly sure when we're going to have him, but when we're going to have him. But that will be Mr. Ken McClinton from TEC and the Exceptional Conservative Network. This guy is one of the best in the business, and we're going to be hoping to talk to him about just various items in the United States. Hope he'll join us and kind of bat the ball around when it comes to stories speculating about the UK and things of that nature. You never know what we're going to have. So Thursday, guys, could be monster.
I say this, that this is going to be a great round table discussion that yourself, Dave, and Ken and myself. It's guys, this is what we like doing these radio shows for. When we get guests and then we can, there's things that we all want to have a talk about, and we like each other's views. And I can't wait to talk with Ken because he's such an awesome man, isn't he? We've known myself. Well, I think Dave's known Ken maybe a couple of years longer than myself, but
maybe 7-8 years.
You listen to this guy; he's awesome, isn't he, Dave? He's a great gentleman.
Definitely. I mean, he's one of the best in the business. He not only is he smart, but he knows how to take that and put it into language that everyone can understand. He's just great. But Jeff, we're going to swing into the topics that we have here. And the first one, under the covers, we never know what's behind the official's uniform, or under it rather. And this one here,
can I just mention one thing before we swing into it? Gary's saying, I like cookies. There you go. Gary's told us he likes cookies, so I want to let you know that. Well done, Gary.
That's good, Gary, and we appreciate you being here. But this story, I found it completely unbelievable, but then again, in a way, I didn't find it unbelievable because of who this comes from. But I'll let you guys be the judge. Jeff, if you're ready, we'll go ahead and play this. This is right at 3 minutes long. This is from Breitbart. You ready, brother?
Oh, yeah. Let's roll it, Dave.
All right, here you go. You guys are listening to the English Defense League radio show. Here we go.
UK's top counter-terrorism officer. Muslims should not feel they have to assimilate. By Victoria Friedman on August 7, 2019. Assistant Commissioner Neil Bashu has said that British Muslims should not feel that they have to assimilate into British society and that bullying, racism, and bigotry could be to blame for some people being vulnerable to terror recruitment. Assistant Commissioner Bashu, the UK's highest-ranking officer of South Asian heritage, told The Guardian in an interview that assimilation implies that I have to hide myself in order to get on. We should not be a society that accepts that. You should be able to practice your religion without suffering some condemnation of that, so my view is, do no harm. And that does not matter whether you are conservative Islamic, conservative Christian, conservative Hindu, conservative Sikh. You should be able to practice your culture or religion openly and still be accepting of others, and others be accepting of you. That is a socially inclusive society, he added. Bashu is widely respected in Whitehall and is seen as the next potential head of London's Metropolitan Police, which also has national responsibilities for coordinating and leading on counter-terrorist activity. In a major departure from the position that terrorism needs to be tackled through policing and security services, the Assistant Commissioner told the left Liberal newspaper that the UK must improve social mobility and engage sociologists and academics to reduce terrorism, saying that the country must uncover why a person would want to commit a terror attack against the United Kingdom. Bashu said, I want good academics, good sociologists, good criminologists, to be telling us exactly why that is. The senior officer theorized that despite the high prevalence of terror being Islamist-inspired, with jihadist attacks often later claimed by the Middle East-based Islamic State, because 80% of terror suspects are born or at least raised in Britain, the problem must be closer to home, saying that has got to tell us something about our society. He went on to say that in the fight against terrorism, more policies that go towards more social inclusion, more social mobility and more education are needed and are much more likely to drive down violence than all the policing and state security apparatus put together. It is much more likely to have a positive effect on society. The prescription for me is around social inclusion. It's social mobility, it's education, it's opportunity. Mr. Bashu was recently criticized for telling media that publishing leaked diplomatic memos, following the Kim Derrick affair, may also be a criminal matter, raising concerns over freedom of the press issues. The Met Assistant Commissioner then made an open order to the leakers to turn yourself in at the earliest opportunity, explain yourself and face the consequences.
Ugh, there you go, Jeff and listeners.
Well,
I think I need a shower.
Dave, I want you to have, because I want to say a few things, so-called assistant commissioner. Dave, your thoughts first of all before I explode, yeah?
Okay, Jeff. Yeah, I mean, I haven't.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you now. Dave said I've got something, and I think you'll like. And when he says that, I know what he's on about. Dave, you know how to push my buttons, don't you, brother? You've got it, pal.
Yeah. Well, oh my God, man, where to start with this guy? I mean, okay. Let me say something, Sherlock. Okay, you want to know why there's so much Islamic terror? It's because of Islam. It's because of the Quran, the Hadiths, and the Sirahs, and its claws reach everywhere. It doesn't matter what country an Islamist is in. Okay, it's going to reach into them. Okay, it doesn't have anything to do with the fact they were born in the UK. Their loyalty is not to the UK or the people of the UK or the culture of the UK. That's why people want them to assimilate, you moron. Not because of racism or any of this other crap you mentioned. What a load. My God. Oh, yeah. Let's bring in more psychologists and academics. What he's talking about, people, let me just translate. What he's talking about is forcing other people to accept Islam, forcing them to accept the torture of animals like dogs and cats, forcing them to accept wife beating, forcing them to accept raping children. That's what he's talking about. You strip off all of the garbage that he puts out there, and I tell you guys, if this guy is in charge of counterterrorism, and okay, he's supposed to be supposedly South Asian origin. Okay, you know what that means? That means he's a Muslim. So of course he's saying that stuff. All right, Jeff, go ahead, brother, please.
Tequila. The smell of tequila is in my nostrils, Dave. But yeah, I mean, come on. It used to be, if you come to a country, you must assimilate. You embrace our culture, who we are, and you can do your own thing. We won't step in. You can go along with what we do. Like they say, in Rome, do as the Romans do. But Islam's an exception, it seems, or this death cult is an exception. By the sounds of it now, with this, whoever he is, talking about, they need, analysts, social analysts, blah, blah, blah. It's rubbish. It's just another way to say, you don't have to assimilate, you do your own thing, have your own thing, and cause as much mayhem as you bloody want, because it don't matter, because you are above the laws of this country. We don't really care what you do, because you're Islamic. That's it. It's all, as I say, a bunch of crap. It's got to be said. I'm toning it down a little bit, because we hear this all the time. I've heard someone else go about a few years ago. David Cameron says, you don't have to. If you are a Muslim, you don't have to assimilate. We must assimilate to your ways. That's what he said a number of years ago. And this copper, he feels exactly the same. That we should be, assimilating to this cult of death. Well, guess what, Assistant Commissioner Wanker, whatever your name is? I will never, ever assimilate to something such evil as this cult of death that you want us to embrace. I hope you're listening, please, Assistant Commissioner, whoever your name is, because we will not and ever not stand by what you've got to say. You are one of them. You're the enemy. You're the enemy, and we know you are. And I'd rather die than to assimilate a death cult like yours. Better death and glory than what you talk about, you muppet. I just toned it down a little bit, didn't I, Dave, really? Quite pleasant.
Yeah, Jeff.
Thank you,
Dave. I have to say, man, you are putting on your Sunday best manners, my friend. Wow.
Thank you, Dave.
I expected little bit more, you know. But hey, it's the same sentiment
Thunderbolts
from
and
both
lightning.
of us.
That's what Dave expected, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, and when I checked out this article, I just said, "Oh my God, it's just BS on top of BS." I mean, this guy could have fertilized 40 acres with the manure.
Probably has done.
Yeah, that he spread in this article, and that he is. It's no wonder that Whitehall likes him. There are a bunch of people in the political class, and they're getting all their backhanders, you know, getting all their bribes and everything from the Mohammedans. Of course, they like him. All right, it's just complete bull. I mean, there's only one way. We found this that in dealing with the Islamists. Okay, there's only one way that they are made to understand and assimilate to a society. There's only one way to stop them from doing the things that their Quran and their Hadiths and their Seerahs tell them to do, and that is assimilation. Okay, there are Mohammedans in Israel, and for the greater part, those citizens of Israel do assimilate. And they know why they assimilate, because they know if they put a foot wrong, if they start the stuff that I talked about earlier, they'll get slammed down fast because it won't be put up with. You want to talk about policing and security, the Israelis know how to do it. And what this guy wants to do is the exact opposite. As Jeff said, just let the Muslims do whatever they do and ignore it, and don't say anything about it. Don't criticize them for it, because you'll wind up in a jail cell yourself. Am I right, Jeff?
Yeah. Well, that is it, Dave. And we're not just saying that, but that is the truth. If
look at Tommy Robinson.
Speak out. Yeah, if we speak out, guys. Yeah, look at Tommy Robinson, ladies and gentlemen. Tommy spoke out what's been going on, and what's been going on in this country for decades now. And of course, because it's too close to home for a lot of these politicians, they try to they do their best to silence people that speak out, that actually stand up and say, this is wrong. And they try to silence people like Tommy. I mean, Tommy, it's just, you just can't believe that they've done this for the world to see. What are they trying to prove, Dave? All they're doing is making us more, more steadfast in what we do. They know they're going to lose this. There's no doubt about it. They might think, we do this, well, this is going to shut them up. You don't know. You really don't know what you're doing. You politicians out there, you weak-spined bunch of cowards. It's your problem, isn't it? You have got... What's happening? They had their spines removed. Of course, they never had spines. Maybe you go, go to Eton and all these chappiest places, have your spine removed while you're there. Am I right, Dave? Because it seems like... Oh,
yeah.
Where's your balls, guys?
Well,
where's your balls? Have you got any?
Yeah, what they've done is they've...
I can't help Dave, it's just... my apologies if I do... go a little bit off key with things I'm saying, but I think it needs to be said. You live
Jeff,
in this country,
right.
You see what's going on, and it drives you absolutely bonkers. It does, doesn't it, Dave? I mean, you look at it, Dave, and we've often had conversations, me and Dave, similar things going on in the United States, going on in the UK. We both, it really angers, myself and Dave, when we discuss these issues.
It
angers.
And Dave
knew he was going to push me back tonight when we were talking about his idiot. So you don't have to assimilate to the British way. You do your own thing, and I will stand by, and we'll make sure that people assimilate to you. No, mate. Do one. Jog on. It won't happen. All you're doing is just to make us more angry. Dave, my voice is going a little bit tonight.
It's all right, Jeff, because I can always swing into the next one. But I do want to answer your question, though. You asked what happened to the cojones in their spines. Well, when it comes to politicians, what they get is they get a replacement for those little boys downstairs with a nice little purse stuffed with bribe money. And that's what props up their spines. They get out there, make a few speeches. I believe this, that, and the other thing. Blah, 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 blah. And their spines get a little bit of reinforcement from a little bit more bribe money. They think they're untouchable. They have power. They have influence, and that's all they care about. They don't care about people. And Americans, brothers and sisters, I've been here now for 6 years plus with Jeff, and part of the reason is because I wanted to try and stave off what is beginning right now in the United States of America. You're seeing it with Omar and all these other freaks in Congress and everything like that, and the fake stream media standing up to defend them, and they're saying all these awful anti-Semitic things and everything else. Don't think that this isn't in for us down the road, and sooner down the road than you think that it's going to be. But, Jeff, I've got the next story for us here. I talked about what's under the burqa, right? And this is a very interesting one. Now, it doesn't much have to do with Islam, but it does kind of have to do with the fact that these gang colors are being tolerated in our nations, all right? And while you recover your voice there a little bit, Jeff, you may need to call back in. I can go ahead and start reading this story if you'd like me to while you call back in.
Well,
yes.
I'll tell you what, Dave. If we give it another 5 minutes, and that'll put me bang on when I called in, then you know how it goes, Dave. But if we do that,
right,
then
brother.
when I call back in, it just makes it a bit easier for me, like, you know.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I just want
to
Yeah. Just trying to watch your back, brother. Just trying to watch your back. Okay, guys. This story is out of the Daily Mail, and it gave me and Jeff a little bit of a chuckle. It's by Brian Robinson, who's the chief reporter for the Mail Online, and it was updated on the 7th of August. Okay. Headline on this one. Interesting story, or pictures, by the way, if you guys go and look for this story. 2 women are caught using Muslim garments to steal food in Asda. And the rest of it is before exposing their underwear when challenged by staff. Okay? Now, that's the main headline for this one. And let me get up into this subject. Oh, it does, man. It does.
I don't want to sleep with underneath burgers, Dave. I really don't. I don't feel well.
Yeah, I understand, brother. Now the subheads for this, the little bullet points that they have. The first one, incident believed to have happened at a supermarket in, I want to do this right, Dagenham. Did I get that right, Jeff? East London.
That's
all
right, Dave. Bang on, Dave. Dagenham. That's correct,
there
mate.
There you go. Beautiful. Thank you, brother.
Spot on.
Excellent.
You should just go
Second one.
Dave, that's what you should say. Dagenham, isn't it? That's what you're supposed to say, Dave.
Well, I'm just learning to put that in the language, Jeff. But the second bullet point. Let's see. Crowds gathered as 2 women in Muslim dress outed as shoplifters in Asda. The next one, suspects hid around 20 items in their robes after snatching them from shelves. And the last one, one lifts her dress up and flashes her knickers to show there are no more items. And there are pictures, guys. You can see these pictures. Now, as it turns out, they were accused of not even being Muslim. Okay, but and I have to say these weren't
massive knickers on, Dave. Wow.
Yeah, I know, man. You look at the pictures in this story, and well, one of them had on some pretty skimpy underwear, really. They were kind of youngish women. But you see this pile of stuff on the floor. It was mostly items for babies, mostly formula and stuff like that. It's like, oh, come on. You're going to shop it. But then again, Jeff, what can I say, man? This is what happens when you have a society that allows anybody to walk around in these, as I've called them, trash bags, or you guys over there call them bin liners, and anybody can be under them and do anything. I mean, remember that story we did a few weeks back about that obvious hit that was done on that guy at a market stall? These two people in supposedly in burqas, they roll up on this guy with a market stall, and they spray him with acid, and then or throw acid on him, and then they run off to a waiting car, and the car drives off. Obviously that was an obvious hit. We know that, but there were people saying, they ran like men. I mean, this is what happens when you have this kind of gang colors of Islam in your society. Jeff, what are your thoughts, man?
Well, my thoughts is that with this, what they're doing, and basically they go unchallenged. That's what it seems like to me. They go unchallenged. They do a crime, and they go unchallenged simply because they're wearing a burqa. Do you know, I look at it this way, Dave, because this is going on, I can see in the not too distant future, maybe a demonstration will be, we'll say if we turns up in burqas and the full veil. I think it would be really interesting to see how the Sharia encroachment, or whatever you call them, officers respond to maybe a couple of thousand people turning up as being in burqas with the full veil. It's just think about that, lady, Dave. Wonder what the response will be. Be interesting, wouldn't it, Dave? Would they arrest you? Would they? Because you could say, look, you're going against my religion. I'm going to challenge you. Don't touch me. I'm a religious person, don't you know? So the law tells me I'm a religious person. Maybe, I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to what I'm saying, think about it. You think about it. We could throw a lot of confusion out there, couldn't we, Dave? Yeah? There you go. Anyway, that's just me, Dave, purely speculating.
And that is it for this time. Next time, part 3. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for listening, and may your God go with you. Goodbye. The Unpleasant Blind Guy is copyright 2019. Anno Domini. Now for Dave's Canes. Extras that help you navigate the new media world.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
From a public locker inside a dilapidated Long Island rail station comes a show designed to piss off liberals using truth, facts, and ridicule. The Lid Radio Show, featuring the conservative voice from the People's Republic of New York, the Lid himself, Jeff Dunitz. Tune in every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific on the SHR Media Network. Go to shrmedia.com. At Lid Radio, we fight for the truth, justice, and a good kosher T-bone. If you don't listen, Hillary Clinton might sneak into your bedroom in her housecoat late at night and blame you for her election loss. It's the Lid Radio Show with Jeff Dunitz.
It's your business diva here, Melanie Collette. I am inviting you to a front row seat as I discuss some of the most intriguing details of wealth and finance with today's movers and shakers in the world of business. Listen in and discover financial truths on a global, domestic, and household scale. Uncover topics that will impact your wallet today and in the future. Money Talk with Melanie airs Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. East, 2 p.m. West, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Talk Radio. You can't afford to miss it.
New show on the SHR Media Network, Sackheads Against Tyranny. On shrmedia.com. Go there quick like a bunny, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, every Wednesday. Live and direct on the SHR Media Network. shrmedia.com. Be there.
Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, a mere 2 miles from the state capital, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show can be heard every Tuesday and Thursday night at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern, only on the SHR Media Network. Go to shrmedia.com to listen. You can also watch on the SHR Media Facebook page and the SHR Media YouTube channel. No goldfish were abused in the making of this ad.
Hey girls, Carry Girl Gear is here. More and more women every day are concealed carrying, participating in competitive shooting, and getting firearms training. It's not a boys club anymore, and we don't have to shop in their stores anymore either. Finally, a cool and unique clothing line just for women. Dope tees and hats for the patriotic concealed carry and 2A girl. So what are you waiting for? Go check out carrygirlgear.com today.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.